While running a new dropshipping product, I was recently using CJDropshipping to do all of the fulfillment for me. And when I first got started in dropshipping, I was always using AliExpress for the shipping, to find the products, fulfillment, for everything. I was finding agents on here that were very good at very good shipping times. Their product quality was amazing and their communication was on point. But then I thought, why not give CJDropshipping a go? So I did. And I was able to rack up $2,000 in sales within 1 month with this product until something big happened. In this video, I want to tell you what that was and what I personally think is better after using AliExpress for years and CJDropshipping only for a few months. I have some serious thoughts about this platform, good, bad. I'm gonna tell you right now. I first got started with CJDropshipping. Everything was amazing, has a really good layout, good dashboard, easy to find products. I like how they tell you how many people have listed these products. When I went to do product research on CJDropshipping, it was actually almost as good as doing it on Temu, if you heard about that website too. So I found a couple products in the fashion niche and I imported them into my store. Everything was good. Now I can't lie, onboarding products was somewhat similar to AliExpress, so it really wasn't that difficult. So I got my Facebook ads up, started running ads for the product, and then day one, sales started rolling in. You could also follow the strategies that I used to get these sales on my EAS course that I just released. I'll tell you about it in a little bit. And once the orders started flooding in, I went to my CJ dashboard to make sure everything was okay, and the orders kind of didn't populate. I was thinking like, it's kind of weird. What do I have to do to fix this problem? I went to my Shopify, I checked it out. I went to the My CJ Dropshipping tab and I checked out all the tabs. I watched a few YouTube videos, and then I found out that I just have to select an order date. So February 1st, for example, drag it down to February 28th, and then it will populate the orders from the date you selected. But the thing I didn't like is that you had to manually populate the orders from your Shopify store over into CJ Dropshipping. That was strike one, because when I look to work, I look to work efficiently, save my time so that I could focus on the highest ROI tasks. My return on my investment, I need that to be the most it can be. But that's okay, little minor issue, not a big deal, right? Now keep in mind, this product had multiple SKUs. This is gonna get very important. So I'm gonna say 5, for example. This product had 5 SKUs, but the thing was, CJDropshipping only presented 3 and it gave a range for 2 of the SKUs. So on Shopify, I had to go in and I had to duplicate those SKUs to make 5 instead of 3, because when I imported the product, it only had 3. This is where things got a little messy. After I sent out the first couple orders, more orders started coming in for those new variants that I put in, because you need your Shopify store to be looking clean and have the experience be simple for the customer so that they do purchase and your conversion rate is higher than it would be otherwise if I would have left those CJDropshipping SKUs exactly how they were. Now I'm trying to put it together in my big brain head. How do I get these SKUs to reflect on CJDropshipping? Because when the order came in, I went to CJDropshipping, I went to fulfill that order, and guess what? I wasn't able to just order the product. The biggest headache ever. If you're in dropshipping, you do dropshipping for a while now, and you use AliExpress or you use CJDropshipping and you can't just fulfill an order because something didn't populate correctly from your Shopify store, that is the biggest time waster I see in beginner entrepreneurs, because they don't have an agent yet. They don't have a VA doing this for them. So I wanted to go into these platforms and do it all myself this time, so I could understand the platform, see if it's good for our business, and see if I can utilize it to train our VAs to be able to do the same thing if and only if it's worth it. Well, let me tell you, this headache grew by the minute. Did anybody see this video? Look, straps up the dog with their little bib. Yo, hangs up the dog. What the fuck? All right, that's crazy. One of you guys got to sell this thing. All right, back to the story, back to the video. And the thing that I hated most, I contacted support. They got me on WhatsApp, which was actually amazing. And I started talking to an agent. I'm thinking, oh, this is going good. She's answering my questions. It wasn't an answer with clarity each time. I really had to describe the situation. like I was explaining it to a 5-year-old just because of the cultural difference from here to China. And then all of a sudden we're about to get to the root of my problem so I could figure out, solve it, reroute the products how I should. And then all of a sudden, boom, your agent is gone, new agent joined. She says, hello, how are you today? How can I help you? Right as soon as we're about to get the problem fixed, they just completely swapped me out because Suli's shift ended. So they had to swap in a new support agent. They couldn't just leave it how it was and answer me the next morning, which would have been more than fine. And I asked them to just read above whatever we talked about so they can assess my situation. No, they couldn't do that. I had to re-explain everything I just explained, which took me like 10 to 15 minutes to do, which isn't too much time, but when you're trying to work, now you're wasting energy, you're becoming a little bit stressed, you're not thinking straight as you were during the beginning of this process. So eventually, after 3 support agents, we got down to the nitty gritty. We got down to the problem. They were able to send me some article that I could have looked up. I did look up, I read through. It was a shit article, which is okay, I guess. But the main problem was it didn't solve my exact problem and they had no clue what to do. So I had to take it upon my own hands to figure out this issue for myself, which I did in the same day because I relentlessly work until I get my problem solved. But when I started rerouting my variants, it was the most difficult platform that I've used to implement variants into my Shopify site. You would think it's easy at the beginning, but then you find out the next day it reroutes on its own and you have to do it again. And the third day, there's no way to really lock a variant in when it's custom how I made it. And I guess that might be my fault, you know, like maybe just pick products that don't have 3 variants that need to be turned into 5. And that's okay. I understand that. So I'll take the blame for that. But here's strike 3 with CJ Dropshipping. I don't know if it's just that I'm unsure of how to read what's a good supplier, what's a good manufacturer on CJ Dropshipping. But I worked with them for over $2,000 worth of sales, and they were shipping out my products. Not only was communication terrible, not only was mapping the variants a complete nightmare for me, but when they sent out the product, they ended up sending out the wrong product, and I actually had to refund more customers than I would have had to because the product looked different from the image and there was actually a feature from the product missing than the image showed. So even though all the product pictures were really good, everything looked like it was quality, I thought I vetted them correctly. I'm just not sure if I know how to properly vet a supplier or a manufacturer on CJ Dropshipping as opposed to vetting a supplier and a manufacturer on AliExpress. It is just very plain and simple on AliExpress. You see the product quality, the shipping times, the communication times. You speak with them through a direct messenger, you get them on WhatsApp. CJ Dropshipping, they like to outsource their work a little more to agents that constantly switch shifts. You don't get a dedicated agent. It kind of seems like they just source products from wherever and they have one big warehouse that they fulfill everything from. And when it really comes down to it, they say they quality check all of the products, but then once I ordered the product and I sourced it to their warehouse, they were missing a feature that they were showing on the product images. So how much do they actually quality check these products before sending it out if you're a beginner or intermediate dropshipper and you're not doing millions of dollars a month? So by knowing this, I would recommend all of you to go back to AliExpress and start dropshipping from there with a qualified or vetted supplier or manufacturer until you can use an agent. Once you're getting like 5 sales a day, 10 sales a day, it becomes really important to get good quality product and make sure you're shipping out the right thing. Once you start getting numbers like these are my student results from the course I just released. He said, yo, the course is solid, definitely life-changing. We did 3K in less than a week. The knowledge in there is crazy and the ads are doing great. Thank you, Brett. I'm speechless. Like 1K days are definitely coming soon, or you can get results like my student got here, which is 4K in 1 week, or like my student did here, just started a dropshipping store. We started getting sales around halfway through the month, and within 20 days, we already began to scale. And this student actually started 1 day ago, and overnight, he started making a 3.41 ROAS. He has about 200 in sales just from testing my strategy, the 333 method with different angles. It's absolutely amazing. He didn't even get to scaling yet. so he's gonna be doing very well. The thing about this blueprint and this course, it led 2 students to 6 figures already, and the thing is, anyone can afford it. If you can afford to eat dinner tonight, you can afford this course. I want to take you through it a little bit. The link is in the description, but it's the e-commerce ad secrets blueprint, which I know is the #1 dropshipping blueprint. You get a private Discord community for free with the e-commerce ad secrets, and there's so many SOPs in there, PDFs that you can utilize, profit optimization guides. You can look through this webpage and see everything you get. You see all of the modules. Like if you're banned on Facebook right now, I actually have the solution so that you can continue to run Facebook ads. I have documents to help you avoid bans. This video, ABO vertical, horizontal, and focus scaling, plus everything else you get in the video, creative testing and scaling, aggressive CBO and ABO dupe scaling. I show crazy amounts of scaling strategies for you guys. You're gonna hop in this course, you're gonna love everything, I promise you that. I'm gonna show you also how to improve your funnel and scale or test new ads, whether your products work or not. But this course sets you up for success so that we can find winners on the first time. That's what I aim for always. And the thing is, it's already working. Like if you've been through school, you've been through college, you know you had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on that, or maybe like 20 grand a year, 40 grand a year. Like this course is affordable for everybody. I'm really serious. If you could buy lunch or dinner tonight, you can afford this course. And once you get in that Discord community, you can reach out to me with any questions, reach out to anybody in the group and they will help you out. Let's grow together, guys. I'm really excited to have you in here and start scaling your e-commerce store. And click this video if you want to crush it with a proven Facebook ad strategy.